Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Tommy Maroon Sports Show right here on WCTV. I believe it is episode number, 230. Yep, I would be correct. Let's get right into it with those good old Cleveland Cavaliers, because the Cavaliers have been a little bit of a roller coaster lately. I will admit that. Sorry for the voice crack. Of course, there's the gang right there that you know and love by now, including Donovan Mitchell, who leads the good old Cavaliers with 27.7 points per game. Jarrett Allen, 10.7 rebounds per game. Darius Garland, 6.3 assists per game. At a good free throw percentage of 93.3. Sam Merrill, not to mention that Mr. Merrill is shooting 40.8% from three-point land. And Donovan Mitchell has 1.8 steals per game. And Evan Mobley, 1.6 blocks per game. Now it's time to take a look at the game recaps, which we will look at 4 games for the Cavs. 2 of them wins, 2 of them losses. Told you it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride as of late. Cavs against the Timberwolves was a good old Cavalier victory, 113-100 in overtime, where Darius Garland put up 34 points and 8 assists, and Jarrett Allen had 33 points and 18 rebounds, not to mention Naz Reid with 34 points and 7 threes. And Anthony Edwards had 19 points for the T-Wolves as well. Neither team was winning by double digits. It was that well contested of a ball game, folks. And the Cavs had 1 more rebound and 2 more assists than Minnesota. It was that close, despite it showing 13-6 right there. The game would get very close for a vast majority of it. And, of course, Cleveland wound up winning. But they did not wind up winning against the Brooklyn Nets. 120-101 to Brooklyn, where George Niang with 20 points, Jarrett Allen 15 points and 9 rebounds. Cam Thomas for Brooklyn Nets, 29.7 rebounds. Michael Bridges, 25 points, and Nick Claxton, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Cavs were, however, winning in the second half, but each team had 12 turnovers, and of course the Nets just went crazy towards the end of the game, winning by as many as 26, I believe. Cavs against the Phoenix Suns, which was right here in Cleveland, which was a 6-point loss for the Cavs, where we saw Darius Garland put up 30 points, Karis LeVert 17 points, 11 assists, Jarrett Allen 15 points, 10 rebounds, and Kevin Durant for Phoenix 37 points, Devin Booker 27, and Bradley Beal 24. Cavs were winning by 19 in the second quarter. Looked like it was going to be a good old Cavalier blowout, and it turned out to be a Suns squeaker. Oh, that's frustrating, especially when the Suns only had 6 bench points. Yeah, usually your bench does a little more productivity than that, but nope, not that game. They only saw 6 points off the bench. Then Cavs at the Pelicans, it was a 116-95 victory. Darius Garland had 27 points, 6 threes, 11 assists. Jarrett Allen with 17 points and 10 rebounds. And George Niang, 16.6 rebounds. Zion Williamson, 33 points, 9 rebounds. Brandon Ingram, 20 points. Cavs were winning for the entirety of the final 3 quarters and had 16 more assists than New Orleans. Looking at the standings right now, because we can, Cavs are currently tied for second in the Eastern Conference. They hold a tie-breaking advantage apparently over the Milwaukee Bucks, as the Bucks are also 42-24 on the season. Of course, ain't nobody gonna catch Boston. Those Celtics have the Eastern Conference all to themselves, a commanding 9.5 game lead. They've only dropped 3 home games this season and 1 division game, which is absolutely nuts when you think about it. But the Cavs did take down teams like Minnesota, who was at the time of this game leading the Western Conference. Now they're 1 game out of the Western Conference. Oklahoma City half a game out, and the reigning champion Denver Nuggets. So there is that. Looks like the Cavs should win or should make the playoffs and not the play-in tournament. Next game for your Cavaliers, looking at right here, what is it? Looks like it's not coming for a good chunk of time, actually. Saturday, when they play the Rockets in Houston, and then it will be Monday, the Pacers in Indiana. And then the Heat in Cleveland, And that'll be all the games that we'll recap right here on WCTV next episode. But anyways, we're not done with this episode yet because we got to go to Tommy's Picks. The second to last penultimate Tommy's Picks this season. And we're going to look at high school girls basketball because we can. It's the state semifinals and state finals by now. That's right, folks. The road to Dayton is here for girls basketball. Olmsted Falls plays Magnificat in Division 1. I'm picking Magnificat. Springboro versus Pickerington Central, picking Pickerington Central. Now, of course, there's a third game right there. Now, for those that are unaware, I do not know who is going to be in the state finals. Of course, those are just my silly little picks right there. But looking at the girls basketball tournament right now, I know that Saturday is going to be when the, state finals are. But tomorrow night at 6 and 8 p.m. will be the state semifinals in Dayton for Division 1. And on Friday the 15th for Division 2. And, of course, tonight we have Divisions 3 and Divisions 4 duking it out. So Dayton's got a lot of games, 8 games in 2 days. But first, anyways, as you know, I picked Magnificat Pickerington Central, and out of those two teams who I think is going to win the game, I got to go with the Magnificat Blue Streaks. Division 2, Fairwind against Laurel, picking Laurel. And then Copley against Purcell Martin, I got to go with the Copley Indians winning that one. And then the state finals, Copley against Laurel in Dayton. Of course, Copley does have the day off tomorrow, which I assume is because of the game, as everybody's really looking forward to that out in Copley, I can only assume. Got to go Copley State Champions, which means that last year they won in girls soccer. Last school year, I should say, they won girls soccer. And this school year, they might win in girls basketball. And you know what? I want those Copley Indians to win. I mentioned this on my show, a radio show on WBWC Berea. But here's why. And the reason being is because I want to take on the state champions. I want to take on the state semifinalists or state finalists. I want to play the state champions next season and knock them down. And we can say, hey, we beat the reigning state champions. We did it earlier this school year against Copley in girls soccer. And these girls, of course, there are a lot of them. That'll be for seniors and juniors. And, of course, a good chunk of sophomores as well next season. It's going to be a pretty stacked senior, junior heavy team, that's for sure. That's going to be exciting to watch. But hopefully we take down Copley. That would be awesome. That would be a huge upset. And you never know what can happen, folks. Division 3, Afrocentric against Keystone, picking the Keystone Wildcats. Ottawa Glandorf against Portsmouth, picking Ottawa Glandorf. And Ottawa Glandorf will win over Keystone in Division 3 come Saturday. Division 4, Loudonville against Waterford, picking Loudonville. Fort Wormy against Crestview, picking Fort Wormy. I think Fort Wormy is going to be Loudonville. Now it's time for high school boys basketball regional semifinals and finals. The regional finals are all set in Divisions 1, 3, and 4. But Division 2, we will see who will be represented in the regional finals tonight when the games are played tonight. Which are those games towards the middle of your screen. Division 1. Brunswick will be my upset of the week if they beat St. Ed's or they beat one of the two major private schools in Northeast Ohio. Or not Northeast Ohio, but Cleveland, I should say. Anything you can do once, you can do twice. And I think Brunswick can do it against St. Ignatius. They're my upset. And my lock of the week, Garfield Heights against Whitmer, picking Garfield Heights. Olentangy Orange against Hayes, picking Hayes. And Arctic Bishop Moore is going to beat Centerville. And of course, for Division 2, these are the, regional semifinals, and they're only featuring schools that are only in Northeast Ohio, which includes Ursuline near the Innsbruck Belt known as Youngstown, and VASJ, Villa Angela St. Joseph. VASJ will win. And then Canfield against Warrensville Heights, picking Warrensville Heights. And then TCC against Lutheran West. Got to go with Lutheran West to win that one. I mean, TCC, they got a lot of football players, I can only assume, keeping in mind that the football team did win the state championship earlier in December and the December before in Division 2 last school year and Division 3 earlier this school year. Keep in mind 7 divisions in high school football. But this ain't high school football. This is high school boys basketball. Division 3, Lutheran East against Cardinal Mooney, picking Lutheran East. Margaret against Ottawa Glandorf. Gotta go Ottawa Glandorf. Then Malvern against Harvest Prep, picking Harvest Prep. And Shawnee will beat Versailles. Division 4, Richmond Heights against Warren JFK. Gotta go with the Richmond Heights Spartans. I know they kind of struggled during this season, but they look like they're back in their regular shape as usual. And I got a bad feeling, or a good feeling, depending on if you're a Richmond Heights Spartans fan or whatnot. They're going to continue this in the regional finals. Toledo Christian against Lima Central Catholic. I go Lima Central Catholic on that one, even though it should be a good one. Highland, not the Hornets, unfortunately, but they're taking on Webster. You got to pick Highland. And then Russia against Troy Christian. Russia beat the lights out of their opponent. They were winning like 30-something to 3 after the first quarter of their game a few days ago. But still, that is absolutely hard to believe. I got a good feeling that it's going to be Russia winning that one. So we'll see what happens out here. We will see what happens. It should be exciting right here on WCTV. Yes, sir. Tommy Maroon right here. Reminding you that there's a cool YouTube channel that has your one-stop for all things Highland and Baldwin Wallace. It's known as WHBW. If I can pull it up right now, how many subscribers I have. I'm at 560 subscribers. And we live streamed the, what do you call it? Lacrosse game yesterday. And we will be live streaming lacrosse and baseball and softball for Highland as well. Only lacrosse for Baldwin Wallace. But still, a lot of fun nonetheless. It really is a lot of fun. And I'd like to remind you that, of course, let's see here. Next week on the 21st, which is a girls lacrosse game against Louisville. But also the 21st will be some exciting stuff when we take on, when we take on Louisville. But next week, I don't know when, more than likely the 21st, if not the 22nd, looking at my schedule right now. But anyways, wasn't my train of thought. We'll talk about the state semifinals, state finals for OHSAA boys basketball action. Wrap up Tommy's picks for this school year, and then that'll be it. And then the next episode, after that, we're going to go right into Cleveland Guardians baseball. It's that time of year again. Before you know it, it'll be NBA playoff time. It will be Cavaliers in the playoffs, of course, more than likely. Then it will be the end of the NBA playoffs when we look at the high school football regular season predictions. And then before you know it, on the episode from August 19th to the 23rd that week will be the return of Tommy's picks for high school football. D3 football will be coming up on the week of September 2nd to the 6th, as will the NFL. Well, folks, that's it. That's all the time we have left. The Tommy Maroon Sports Show is done. I'd like to remind you that Tuesday mornings from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., there is, what do you call it, me on the radio on 88.3 This Thing for 6 more Tuesdays. How about that? 6 more Tuesdays. I have to get up super early. It's worth it, though. It's worth it because I love bringing the music to you folks listening in the car or wherever you are. I don't think you get it well here in Wadsworth, 88.3 WBWC, but still can listen to it online or on the TuneIn app. I'm just saying. I'm also just saying, Hopefully my picks are right. Hopefully the Cavs do well. Hopefully the Guardians are going to do well. And until then, I will talk to you next week. Goodbye, everyone.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.